My wife, 32F, divorced me, 30M, because I cheated. But I never did.
What the title said. I'll get into the reason why she thinks I cheated. So at my work, I, 30 meters, became acquaintances with this new girl I'll call Lily, 27F, who started working here about 4 months ago. We are working together on a big project for a client. We are in cybersecurity, and this requires me to talk to her for most of the day. I have never met her outside of work, and we have never flirted, made suggestive comments to each other, and never texted about anything else other than the project. I have no interest in sleeping with her, because 1, I'm married, and 2, because I don't find her attractive. My wife 32F sometimes visits my office to bring my food or whatnot and sees my talking to her. Somehow Lily has a friend who has a friend who knows my wife. Lily apparently talked to her friend about me, that she likes me and that we became super close, which we didn't, and this was relayed back to my wife. This happened 2 months ago.
My wife mentioned passively in a conversation but didn't accuse me of anything. I decided not to ask Lily about it so I don't make things awkward at work. I should reiterate that my wife has been divorced before because her ex-husband did cheat on her, which has led to trust issues in her following relationships. Last month, she visited my office again and saw me and Lily laughing about a mess up I made on the project. Again, nothing outside of work-related things. When I got home she blew up on me about infidelity and how could I do this to her. I was royally confused. At this point she didn't mention a name yet. I hadn't gone to any bars, women's homes, or anything like that without her in the past couple years, so I was confused on what she was talking about. Then she said something along the lines of I knew I shouldn't have trusted Lily, she looks like a whore, and it made sense.
To make a long story short, she divorced me. We don't have kids, the house is in my name, and we have a prenuptial agreement, so it wasn't difficult except for the fact that my wife doesn't trust me enough to know I didn't cheat. By the way, I never have cheated in any relationship and she knows that, so it's not like it's happened before. How do I make her be alive that I never cheated? Edit, someone let me know if this ends up in TikTok because my nephew watches those videos.
Dude, where do you live that you can get a divorce in under a month? And that includes Christmas, so maybe 3 weeks total? And you have a house and assets. I wanna move to that country where bureaucracy is so easy.
How do I make her be alive that I never cheated? You do not. You, in fact, cannot. You pick yourself up, you move on.
Doesn't matter at this point.
So your co-worker made it seem more than what it was and even said as much to her friend so the rumor and lies would get back to your wife. It sounds like your co-worker wanted your wife to divorce you so she can have you.
You probably can't convince her. She needs a lot of therapy to work through her previous relationship trauma. It's clear she's not capable of trusting anyone if she divorced you with such little evidence. Something is off here. How did this all escalate into a full divorce in such a short amount of time? How can your wife push this through without any proof? How did you let it go that far? Wouldn't we all move mountains to eradicate the injustice and to rectify a lie? I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. Did your wife want a divorce prior to this situation? Was she dissatisfied? Was she looking for a reason? Was she, perhaps, seeing somebody herself? Or does she want to free herself up for someone? After her pulling off this stunt, I would reconsider if I really want to be married with this woman. If there is so little trust, what kind of marriage is, or, rather, was, this? Isn't it time to have Lily testify? Better yet, inquire what she said exactly, and if she deliberately lied you should officially notify Human Resources or whichever department at your job deals with things like that. Because she deliberately destroyed your marriage. Why wouldn't you have spoken to Lily directly and had your wife as well? Seems like you could have done more to mediate the situation.
Rage bait.
Anybody here read the Reddit about Lily with 2 hearts drawn on the dry erase board in his apartment? Sounds like this is the second side of the story, haha. I don't think these are related because they're married and live together, but still. Lily is getting quite the reputation. How do I make her believe that I never cheated? Quote, you don't. You move on and be glad that she's not over being betrayed from her first marriage. Red flag waved for you to begin thinking about not being with her. This is a her issue and is no longer your problem. You can do better. She wanted out and this was her way making you look bad, and I bet she is telling everyone and anyone who will listen. So you completely ignored what your coworker said about your relationship with her while you knew your wife has trust issues, while also you would casually laugh and befriend with your laying coworker in front of your wife, and now you want to convince your wife that nothing happened. You're not a good husband. You didn't stand up for your marriage and you didn't reassure your anxious wife. Your ex-wife deserves a stronger man. Either she is irrationally jealous, or she is projecting. In any event, good riddance. You can do better. With how quickly she jumped to divorce over alleged cheating, sounds like she may be feeling guilty for her own actions. The only thing I can think of is to tell Lily exactly what happened. That she told her friend you two have gotten very close, and it made its way through the grapevine and caused your wife to divorce you. Tell Lily to tell her friend that when she, the friend, told others, she, the friend, misrepresented their platonic relationship to being amorous and caused your wife to believe you were cheating and to divorce you. That you have never cheated in any relationship in your life. Stated in a way that you are not accusing Lily, but that the friend miscommunicated, or the exact message was changed. Traversing the grapevine. Hopefully, the message goes from Lily through the grapevine to your ex-wife. Even if she hears the true story, she may be the type that won't admit to being wrong once she took such quick action. It sounds like a situation of ready, fire, aim. What are you hoping for out of all of this? You're trying to convince your ex-wife now? After the divorce has already finalized? What's the point? So you knew your coworker was out there telling people who knew your wife and were happy to pour poison down her ear that you were getting really close. And instead of shutting that down, you just let it play out, and now you're surprised at how it's played out. She already divorced you, and if it took a month, then you can't have fought her on anything, which will not have worked for you either. The time to do anything was way back when things were already getting weird. All you can do is know that if anyone pulls something like this in the future, you shut it down hard. Divorcing you was already in her head, and think of you cheating was the closest logical reason she could come up with for doing it. Frankly, I'd leave it be. Op really needs to answer how his divorce took a couple of weeks to go through. Until then, this story very much seems fabricated. I would report the coworker to HR for spreading lies that resulted in your wife divorcing you.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.